Hello, family. The last time I came at y'all with my testimony, it was a few months ago, and so much has changed. So much has changed in the last few months, and I just had to come on here and give y'all an updated testimony. Because first and foremost, God is so good. God is so good. God is so good. I used to think that God was almost like scary, and that he looked at us like, you've been so bad today, or you're not doing it right, or I don't know. I just had this picture in my mind of just God being, I don't even know the word. You know what I'm talking about. Not someone that was gentle in any way. And but you know what I've come to experience after spending each day with him, after being in his presence every single day and saying yes to him and putting him first and having an intimate relationship with him every single day. You know what I have come to realize? He does not look at your past. He greets you with mercy. He gives you his grace. He gives you this peace. And you walk in it daily. God is not the old covenant God. He has made a new covenant with us. Because he sent his son. The Father sent his son, Jesus, to fulfill the law for us. Because he loves us. Because he loves you. Because he loves me. My life is so different. My life is radically changed. So I did not believe this at first. I'm not kidding. The last time I sent my testimony, I was fresh into an intimate relationship with God. I was fresh. And I had started doing things like changing up my playlist. And that was a game changer for me, to change up my playlist. And God has moved for me. I don't even want to get into all the things he has done for me, because that's a whole in and of itself thing. But the last time I talked to you guys, I don't think I saw him as good as he really is. But I began to learn about God's grace and what that means for us. I began with messaging my dad, who was a spiritual mentor for me, who God placed on my heart heavily to listen to, because I'm not going to lie, I used to think my dad was crazy. I thought my dad was crazy. He is a minister at Zechariah 4 Ministries in Fort Myers, and he was telling me how God's grace is so good and how God is so good and he's such a loving father. And I was like, yeah, he's crazy. God is scary. Like, he's crazy. And so one night I went to bed. And right before I went to bed, I read Zechariah 4 in the Bible, because I was like, I think my dad might be a little bit crazy. Like, he doesn't have it all together quite right. So I read Zechariah 4 in the Bible. And it was about 2 olive trees and a lampstand. And I was like, okay, it doesn't make too much sense, but okay. And I had prayed to God and said, God, if my dad's crazy and he's trying to tell me that you're so good and your grace is so good, I mean, you're probably not that good. I know that you're to be feared, but side note, spoiler alert, he is to be feared, but not a scary fear. Not like, but like a reverence. Oh, I fear you, God, because I love you. Because how big you are and how mighty you are. Not because I'm scared to death of you and because you look at me as a bad person. No. Anyways, so I read Zechariah 4, went to bed and said, God, please speak to me. If he's saying stuff that's not right, just tell me. If it is right, then make it clear to me to follow what they are saying, because what they're saying is deep and a big deal. I fell asleep. I woke up that morning to my phone Bible app playing Revelations 11. You know what Revelations 11 is in the Bible? An exact parallel to Zechariah 4 in the Bible. And it hit me. I was like, okay, God. Okay. Like, you are saying, listen to what this ministry is speaking. Listen to what they are speaking of my character and who I am. You will find everything they are saying in the Bible. You will find it all there. What they're saying is truths. You're not understanding because you were raised in religion. You were raised under law. And so many are. You have to unlearn. You have to unlearn what you thought you knew of me. You thought I was so bad. You didn't think I would meet you with mercy. You didn't think I'd meet you with grace. But I do. I love you. My entire body. I'm an embodiment of love. And he is. Oh my goodness. And he is such a gentle surgeon. Because you think, oh my goodness, well, if I'm going to give my life to God, I got to quit doing this tonight. Because that's what God wanted me. Nope. You know what? God meets you where you are at. He meets you exactly where you are at. He is a gentle surgeon, and naturally, by holding his hand and letting him lead and giving him your heart and loving him every day and praising him every day, naturally, the sinful nature, ways of the world, things that you may partake in or find yourself doing falls off. It naturally falls off. You have no desire for it anymore. You become to see yourself like he sees you. You start to see yourself so valuable, so precious, so beautiful. You begin to look at others not ever with any condemnation, because you know that he looks at you without condemnation. His glory presence is thick, and it is in you. His glory resides on you, and that is powerful. God is such a good God. God is such a good God. And in these last few months, so many things have fallen off. I'm just going to give y'all a little bit. This is vulnerable, but I'm just going to tell y'all, and some of you may know this already from watching previous videos of mine, but some of it I haven't even put in a video yet. But by giving him my yes, and by listening and staying in his word, and by studying and listening to what Zechariah 4 Ministries has said, which is just my personal, what God has told me to listen to, because it's my dad's ministry. He made it clear to me to listen, but you could listen to any apostle ministry, because I know that the Lord designs apostles to get the word of the Lord, to speak to the people, and we are honored to get to hear that and stay in his word, stay in God's presence, and be under the voice of an apostle for spiritual leadership. It's a game changer. It's game changer. For me personally, it's Zechariah 4 Ministries in Fort Myers, but any apostolic ministry would be amazing. Paul was an apostle, and the words Paul gave to us was just transformative. But what I have learned by listening to Zechariah 4 and listening to God and staying in his presence, through that, I used to have a terrible playlist, which is now clean in worship and praise. I used to, I don't know if I can say this word, but I used to be involved inhaling plants. You know what I'm saying? And I don't do that anymore. God revealed to me that I was using that as an idol, and I was turning to that for peace and joy, and he said no, and it's gone. Another thing that I was involved in that I did was I had a nicotine vape, and I used that, and I found comfort and peace in that, and naturally that fell off too. By walking in his presence and staying close to him, it was like effortless. It wasn't like I had to try to fight hard to do something for him. It naturally fell off, and I had no desire for it anymore. God is so good. God is so good. I cannot even explain to you. I highly encourage you to just open your hands and say, yes, Father. Yes, Father, I am here. Speak to me. Show me in your word what you want me to know of you. Stay in his word. Stay connected through prayer. It is effortless. Just as you would love a best friend, just as you would love a spouse or partner or child, and you just connect with them and ask them how they're doing, and you stay in speech with them and you conversation with them. Do that with the Father. That's his desire, is to have this intimate relationship with him daily. It's not just saying a sinner's prayer, yay, I'm going to heaven and it's done. No, it's so much more. It's so much more. It's glorious. Grab his hand. Grab his hand. It's so good. He's so good.